Ready, now! Ready, set!
Welcome to another video on Flying Fin RC. Today we're talking a bit about pylon racing, especially E2K, and it's the kind of pylon race I did recently. But anyway, Dad, what can you tell us about it?
Okay, so what can I tell you about E2K pylon racing? So E2K is actually it's a category of pylon racing. So it's actually it's quite a cheap entry level pylon race to do. It's using electric powered pylon racers. You don't have to spend a fortune to get into it. It's the cost of one of the models is probably quite average compared to some of your like hobby grade RC planes, would you say?
Yeah, I'd say so.
So before I go too much into the planes, I'm just going to explain a little bit about what the pylon, how the pylon race is done really. So you have 3 pilots, obviously 3 aircraft, and you're racing against the clock. You're not actually racing physically against the other plane, but it makes it more exciting because there's actually 3 planes going around. So you've got 3 pilots, 3 planes, 3 pylons. You normally work in a team of 2. So you have what was the person called that did the
Nathan.
That kept a lookout for the flag? Were they your caller?
Yeah, cooler. That's
yeah. So they're called a caller, but they also hand launch the model. So the pilot stands between the 2 base pylons, and in the out in the distance you have the 3rd pylon, and what you have is you have 3 marshals with different colour flags, 1 for each pilot. And as soon as the aircraft passes the far pylon, the marshal drops the flag, and then the caller tells the pilot that he can turn, that he's actually passed. So they stagger the launches, normally like 1 to 2 seconds between each plane's launched. They go off to the far pylon, they turn, and then they have to race 10 laps. Yeah, does that sound right so far?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so and it's the winner who is basically who gets the quickest time to do the 10 laps. But there is penalties. If you cut a pylon, like you turn too soon or like cut a corner, you get a 10% increase on your time. Sorry, yeah, the longer the time, the worse you've done. But if you cut the corner twice, so that's like a 20% penalty. If you cut the corner 3 times, it's basically that's the end of the race, isn't it? Your time doesn't count.
Yeah.
So I hope that all makes sense. When you watch the flying videos, it might just help you interpret what you're actually seeing. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to we talk about the plane. I just to give you a rough idea how long these races last. They last between 70 to 90 seconds, like the sort of the average sort of times, really, won't they? So they don't last very long. So okay, let's tell you more about the plane. So there's quite a few different planes you can use, but they all look very similar, to be fair. There's certain specifications they need to be. Is that a good word to use? I don't know all the rules off the top of my head, but what we'll do, I'll put a link to a couple of the models, and also you can go on the British Miniature Pylon Racing Association Facebook page, and you might be able to find out some more information there on the rules. But there's plenty of people that will help you if you want to get into it. So what model is this then, Finn?
This is the Paul Bardo or the PB Models pylon race, or E2K pylon race. I don't know if that's the exact name, but that's about it.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So PB Models is actually the like the kit manufacturer. This is called the JPS3. So they've done some different variations on this. So this is actually built completely from a kit. It's got like a foam veneer wing, It's only 3 channels, so you've got ailerons, you've got a servo per each aileron, and then you've just got a servo for your elevator. So yeah, this is a kit version. Something I need to add actually, what makes this pylon racing really good to get into, another reason why it keeps the cost down, everyone has to use pretty much the same motor, propeller and speed controller.
It all has to be the same brand and same spec.
Yeah, the actual speed controllers are actually RPM limited, so you know, no one's really got an advantage. It's more down to your flying skills, really.
Yeah, or design the planes.
Yeah, you might find some planes are a bit quicker than the others, which might help, but it's to keep it quite close and competitive, really. So anyway, this is one version. So if you like building like me, you can actually build your own. If you like the looks of this, but you're not a builder, you can actually get like an already built one, ARTF.
Yeah, that's it.
From JPerkins. So it's exactly the same plane, apart from all this is done for you. It's covered. All you need to do is put in your electronics, like your servos, your motor and speed controller. That would be actually probably one of the best way or the quickest way to get into it. And they're not actually a lot of money. I won't say that the price, because it probably varies a little bit from shop to shop, but that's probably how I would get into it if I didn't like building. So yeah, that's the plane. We've gone on a little bit about the electronics in there. So the last thing I'm going to say about it is the races at the moment, they're held at Buckminster, but that might change in the future where the races are held. But we're actually doing the Winter League, so it keeps us flying over the winter months, doesn't it? It's once a month, generally on a Sunday. Yeah, you get just a load of good guys all turn up. They're all a friendly bunch, and yeah, they do some racing. So
Pretty cool.
you really enjoyed it, didn't you?
It was a lot of fun.
Finn thought it would be a bit boring because, well,
Sure.
tell them why you thought it would be boring.
Because at the end of the day, it's flying in a triangle, and I thought it'd be pretty boring because I do the 3D, and that's quite a lot of fun. But it just going so quick, because I didn't think that something like this would go very fast, like just looking at it, but they went stupidly fast, and trying to like being alongside someone else was awesome.
Yeah, so there's lots of action going on. It's really fun spectator sport as well, because actually I was watching, I thought it'd be a bit boring, stood around watching Finn fly all day, but I actually enjoyed watching it. So yeah, highly recommend it. Anyone interested in it, just check some of the links we're going to put in the comments, and yeah, enjoy the film.
Now, ready.